This could be the real deal, boys. Let's do it.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the Reggie and Jerome podcast. I'm your co-host, Big D. Sitting to my right, my man, Big J.A.
Yo, yo.
To my left, Sammy C.
Yo.
Friend of the podcast, one of our biggest supporters, and official member of the Reggie and Jerome podcast, Jay Valdi. What's up, man? Talk to the people.
What's going on, fellas?
Glad to have you back, man. Let's get
Same
at
here,
it.
Same here.
Let's get at it. Before we start, as I was reminded to the person to the left of me is always saying, we have to start our shots. Fellas,
Go
Birds.
Birds.
Go Birds.
light work.
Not bad.
Light work. I'll tell you the story about that. So, last week, Monday night, Birds, Packers. We'll recap it. We all watched the game, as we all watch every game. Birds win in a squeaker kind of fashion, different kind of game than they normally play. But nonetheless, as my man Jay always says,
A win is a win is a win.
absolutely. So, fellas, first question, we'll go around the table. What'd you think of the game, Sammy C?
I liked it. To some people it was boring. To me, obviously, nail biter. But it was a very good defensive game. I loved Jalen Phillips. He was a dog that game. But he said he wanted to be in Philly, and he proved that he wanted to be in Philly because he played very well.
I think the only person that wants to be in Philly more than Jalen Phillips is Rocky. Like, this motherfucker really wants to be here bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Continue.
We had great defensive stops. But the biggest thing is that we played as a team. Yes, our offense wasn't doing much at all, but the defense was there to help them get the stops, get the ball back. Listen, at the end of the day, our first drive, we all thought we were scoring. And then we fumbled. Jalen Hurts fumbled.
Rarity.
Yes. So, and then next thing you know, I think it was, I don't know, a few plays or whatever, Jordan Love fumbles. So they both had their fumbles. They both missing people open. It was just, to me, all defense for both sides.
Jay Valdi?
Man, I can't lie. It drove me crazy. That game. I mean, yes, the defense was phenomenal. A great defensive showing from, especially, like you said, a new guy, Jalen Phillips. But that offense, I mean, yes, the Packers have a great defense. They do. But with the power, the superstars we have on that offense, I don't care. The 85 Bears shouldn't hold that team to 10 points in the game. Shouldn't have them shut out at halftime. So to me, it's just, I think we'll touch it a little bit later, but I agree everything that AJ said this week, and I said we'll get into that later. But things do need to change, and we do need to start scoring better efficiency. I mean, it was tough watching. I was watching, and I was like, what is going on? After the first drive, I said, all right, he fumbled. Like you said, it's a rarity. It never happened. I mean, he's normally great. And it was kind of a fluke play. He came down on top of the defender, and that's when he punched the ball out. So after that, I said, that was a great first drive. And other than that, there was nothing going on. I mean, it was bad. Like you said, the defense was outstanding. It was a great defensive game.
Don't win the game without him.
Exactly, 100%. And like I said, I don't know. I came out of there feeling, I felt the same way last year, so I hope it's a good feeling. I hope it happens like it did last year, but I think things need to change. And like I said, I think we'll talk more about that.
J.A.?
The defense was hot. The offense was not. There was at one point I thought about changing the channel and watching some volleyball.
I did.
But
Southern
no.
Illinois won that game. Go ahead.
No, man. Huge shout out to our defense. Vic Fangio is the fucking man. To get a new guy that you were familiar with, for him to go in there and literally have probably the best game we've seen from our defensive player on our team all season. You really can't ask for much more than that, and it's only going to continue to get better. As far as the offense, we said it, and I said it, I still wasn't sold on KP, and it showed again. You faced a good defense, but if you want to win a championship, you're going to face a good defense. And 10 points isn't going to win you a Super Bowl. It's not going to win you an NFC championship game. While it could, highly unlikely. And the star power you have to get something going. And that first drive looked great. After that, it was a total shit show.
Yeah. To circle around what everybody said, I thought the same thing. Ran the gambit of emotions. I was all over the place. I was, wow. Look at this D. This
Pause. Come on, Brad.
I need to talk at the end of the show. Hold on. Yeah. Look at that defense. Our defense was amazing. On the same token, I felt the same way. Like, I saw the Panthers move the ball up and down the field on the Packers. Like, if they played that same game, and like we talked about before, they wanted their get back. So you want to get the best of the Packers, at least on defense, is which we did get. I don't know what's going on with their team on offense either. I'm assuming it had a lot to do with us, but they've been playing like that off and on for a couple of weeks. So we'll leave the Packers to the side. As far as we're concerned, as far as the Birds are concerned, yeah, ton of plays left on the table. I mean, at some point, you have to try some things to get off the schneid. And I felt like they waited too long. They really went into the game and looked like, to me, trying to get the most out of Saquon Barkley. That's what it looked like to me, right? And he got, I don't know how many carries he had. I know it was over 20, right? I'm pretty sure it was close to 20 or over 20 carries he had, right? So I appreciate that. Trying to get him going, trying to get him involved. But like Jay Valdy said, and I think at some point we have to stop saying they have all this talent. We know they have talent, but if you put a Corolla engine inside a Ferrari, guess what? It ain't going nowhere. So at some point, you got to get the talent going, and you got to get the talent rolling. And that leads me to my next question. I'm not sure, because they've been up and down all year. Do you think this was a question of regressing back to the mean of what they were earlier in the season? Or was it the fact that they had 14 days off? I'm going to start with you, Jay Valdy. What do you think? I have a feeling I already know what you think, but I'm asking you anyway. What do you think?
I don't want to call it regression, but I think they're stuck in the same place they've been all season. And we look ahead, and after this week, I think there's 6 weeks left until the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're just not showing any improvement. And which is kind of crazy. We played the Lions this week, and what they just did last week was they pulled their offense coordinator. He's not calling the plays anymore. Now it's Dan Campbell. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Dan Campbell was ever an offensive play. I mean, he was a tight ends coach, but I don't think he was ever a brainiac on the offensive side. But he was not. They put him on calling the plays, and they scored 40-some points last week. I mean, I think they need a change, and I don't know if not going to like how it looks in the media, not going to like how it looks. Who cares? Who cares who's calling into the radio stations, who's sending you guys emails complaining about, they brought somebody else in, Patullo's not the guy. Who cares? As long as they pick it up, I think they should do it. I don't know if Sirianni is the guy for the play call, because they would have done it. They would have done it when we had, who was it, Brian Johnson?
Yeah.
I think calling play, and we were all crying for the same thing. So I don't know if Sirianni has it, but bring somebody else in. Bring somebody, I mean, the guy that we all love and respect very well around here is sitting out there. And I don't know if he would change it 100%, but Doug Peterson, I mean, I think he's a great offensive-minded coach. Bring him in as a consultant. You don't have to, run the show. You could still have Patullo on the sideline. Bring him in and get some other voices in their head. And like I said, I don't want to call it a regression because yes, we played better versus Giants and the Vikings before that. But at the end of the day, it was still the Vikings and the Giants, and we got our hopes up. And I don't want to hear it was cold. It was cold. It was Lambeau. It's cold in Philly in January and February. So I don't want to use that as an excuse. But like I said, I'm not calling it a regression. I think we're just stuck, and I think we need to do something to change it.
J.A., regression or rust?
I don't think it's either. I truthfully think this offense is scared to put the ball in harm's way, and they're doing that by not taking any risk. I mean, the biggest risk they took was that fourth down play to AJ Brown.
Weird.
Which I couldn't understand why. I mean, if you want to take risk, I didn't see that being the time to take a risk. But no, I think the offense is scared to put the ball in harm's way and take chances on bigger plays or throw into tight windows. And if you're a good quarterback in the NFL, that's what you do. Good offenses, that's what you do. Turnovers are a part of the game. Obviously, you want to limit those. That's a no-brainer. But when you have a guy like A.J. Brown who's got one of the better builds for a wide receiver to go, especially one-on-one, take a chance. Worst case scenario, A.J. Brown turns into a defender and you live to play another down. It's not. I don't think it's rust, and I don't think it's regression. I think it's just playing scared.
So you think that's who they are?
Right now, yeah. I think they're so scared that a turnover is going to cost them the game. They don't want to take a chance. But with a high-powered offense like that, you should be able to score at will.
Sammy C.
Man, I gotta agree with both of them. I think Kevin Patullo's not the answer. I mean, I feel like we've been saying that the whole time. We got our hopes up. But like Jay Valdi said, I mean, it was Minnesota and it was against the Giants. I just think that the Eagles are too scared to do it and make the move, or they're going to do the move and it's going to be too late. And I don't want that to happen. The offense, take the shots, man. Take the shots. You see the shots that you took. Look at Jalen Hurts with an amazing throw and even an amazing catch by Devontae Smith. You got to take them shots. One-on-ones, got to take them. Got to. And Devontae Smith has some words after he caught that ball and that touchdown. But
Did he really?
oh yeah,
Okay.
he was. Yeah, he was.
He had his mane.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He had that shit going.
Yeah, he said, "I need my skull. It's cold." Nah, but 14 days off should be no excuse, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I just think they just need to put it together, man. And yeah, we had guys hurt. People stepped up. They did what they had to do. We had dumbass penalties on Mailata during the game. Just plays not working. We did the halfback screen against the Giants. Just tried it again against the Packers. It didn't work. But then you had A.J. Brown. You had 2 receptions for 12 yards. He was bullying the shit out of the cornerback. And then that was the last to be seen until the fourth down in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Just doesn't make sense. You're trying to use Barkley too much, I feel like. And trying to get him going, but it's not working. And all that's doing is just pissing him off even more. The only one that really worked for him was the pass play, where A.J. Brown was out front blocking for him. I think it was like a 43 or 42-yard reception, something like that.
Yeah.
But, you got to turn the corner at some point. Because playing like this, you're not going to beat a lot of teams. But the only reason we won, I feel like, is obviously our defense. So,
well, you guys mentioned the defense. You mentioned Vic Fangio earlier, right? So one of the things that I want to discuss is, and I'll answer the regression or rust thing, but there is a difference between offensive coordination and play calling. So there's a huge difference. You know, offensive coordination takes place Tuesday through Saturday. Play calling takes place that day. Now, the playbook is the playbook. Newsflash, every team has 90% of the same plays. They just don't have the personnel to run them. There is not a game plan that the Eagles, as currently constructed, can't run. They can do everything. You want to go 5 wide? They can do that. You want to run 12 package, 2 tight ends, a running back? They can do that. They can do everything. But there's something being taken away from them, and the application of it comes Sunday or Monday. And that's what I have a problem with. And I think you're all right. I don't think it's regression or rust either. I think it's some of it that has to do with the turnovers and turning the ball over. It does have a lot to do with that. But at this point, you've got money in the bank. You won a Super Bowl. There should be no reason why you're scared of anything, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that the coordination is the problem, which leads to the faulty play calling. So if the coordination is a problem, the coordinator is a problem. Because Doug Peterson he's not going to come in and bring a new playbook. It's going to be the same playbook. He's just going to coordinate the game differently. He's going to call the plays a little differently. He's going to see tendencies. And I hate to bring up the Wonder Kids, the Shanahan and the McVays, but they do that shit with less talent. They do it in a way that keeps you guessing. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of guesswork with the Eagles when they go out there to play sometimes. And that's part of the problem that I have. So I do think they were a little rusty, but that should have wore off once they made the first drive and Jalen fumbled the ball. Were the Packers up for the game? Absolutely. They wanted to beat the Eagles. They just couldn't. The Eagles always find a way to win, and that's part of who they are. But like you've all said, that's cool week 9, week 10. But once you get into the playoffs, man, that shit ain't working. And it just ain't going to happen. So just to recap, we all think it had nothing to do with regression or rust. We think it had to do with the guys that are on the sideline.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure we were clear on that. And it looks like we all agree. Next topic is one that I can't stand to talk about because it seems like he just gets a lot of attention and a lot of it warranted, some of it not warranted, which is going to lead me to the next question, which is A.J. Brown. I agree with A.J. Brown that there's something wrong. I think he's going about it the wrong way, but I agree with him that there's something wrong. But that leads me to this. Maybe, just maybe, when we've watched every game this year, maybe he's WR2. Maybe he's not WR1. I want to know what you guys think about that. Loaded question. Everybody has opinions on it. But it seems like no one wants to really bring that up to him. But that's why we got this podcast. We can talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. So, J.A., I'm going to start with you. Because you are, outside of Dallas Goedert, you're one of the more bigger Devontae Smith supporters, as we all are. We talk about him almost as much as we talk about Kevin Pacheco and Jalen Hurts. He's probably third. So, Devontae Smith, has he eclipsed A.J. Brown as WR1?
This year, I mean, yes. Stats just prove that. But I was always a wide receiver 1A, 1B with these two. Both,
the league doesn't work like that, but yeah, I appreciate you saying that.
Both have proven they can do it. There's no question. This year, Devontae Smith is wide receiver 1. I don't want to. It's scary to say, but it kind of looks this way. Looks like AJ's lost a step.
You know the rule on here, bro. We don't do that. I don't think. Or,
No, it looks like he's lost a step. And once you lose a step, somebody else gains a step. And Smitty's the younger guy. He's, like we say all the time, the most decorated wide receiver in football.
history.
But yeah, I mean, short answer is yes. Devontae Smith is wide receiver 1.
Way to take a stand. Sammy C.
No.
Okay.
I just think, I mean, you throw the ball to A.J. Brown, he makes plays happen. Not saying that it doesn't happen for Smitty. Obviously, we see that this year. My thing is that A.J. Brown's frustrated. He definitely don't like Patullo. The plays just aren't going to him. They're just not using him. But if they were going to him, like, I mean, Joey says this 1A, 1B, but it is what it is, right? A.J. Brown's still a top wide receiver if he gets the ball thrown to him.
This question was a lot more difficult for you guys than I thought it was.
Well, it
gonna be.
was. Well, it's because I'm a fucking A.J. Brown fucking fan out the ass. But
Go ahead.
not saying I don't. I love Smitty too.
Hey, look, man, if you want AJ Brown coming out your ass, that's cool. But go ahead. What was it?
Ah, see, you got me. Pause.
But go ahead.
Anyway,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna throw it to Jay.
Oh,
I
he
ain't got
ducking the
shit.
question.
Yeah.
What's up with the rule?
Yeah,
All right, we'll get back to you.
We don't do that around here.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to come back to you.
Go ahead.
Jay Valdi, go ahead.
It's funny you bring this up because actually in the summertime we were all playing softball and I proposed this. I said Smitty is a number 1 wide receiver on more than half of the league, half the other teams in the league. He is a number 1 wide receiver.
75%.
75%. And they were all debating me going back and forth and throwing some crazy names out there.
You said some light shit too. You said 15 teams.
Yeah, I gave them 15 teams and they were still arguing about that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But on the Eagles, he's number 2. And he's number 2 because A.J. Brown is the greatest Eagles wide receiver I've watched probably, since Terrell Owens.
Okay.
And I was younger when T.O. played, but A.J. he's that good. And we all know in the NFL, if you have a step or 2 steps, you're open. You're open. If you're open by a step or 2 steps, you're open in the NFL. And there's no reason he should not be getting the ball targeted 10 times a game. 10 times a game, hands down, easily, I would be targeting A.J. Brown because he's that good and he's that much of a difference maker. And like I said, I love Smitty. You guys sitting around the table where I could look at my sweatshirt. I've loved Smitty forever. He was Heisman winner back to, everything. But like I was saying, A.J. Brown he's a different level. And I get his frustrations. Like you said, should he be going on Twitch? But that's his personal, that's what he wants to do. It is what it is. But I get it. He's looking around the league and he sees guys like Puka Nacua. And he's playing next to Devontae Adams, which is having a great year. And he's seeing all the numbers he's still putting up. He's seeing JSN. If you told me JSN's a better wide receiver than A.J. Brown coming into this season, I would have laughed at you. There's no way. You look at Jamar Chase and what he's doing with Higgins, and there's no reason he shouldn't still be at the top of the list. And he's, like I said, he's the solidified number 1 receiver, and the talent he has, he still has it.
Yeah.
All right, we can get back to me.
You ready? You
Yeah,
sure?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm kind of just gonna piggyback off of what Jeff said a little bit. I look at a wide receiver like George Pickens, goes to a new team. He's having a better year than A.J. Brown is. You look at any other wide receiver 1, they're having a way better year than A.J. Brown is. But I think it's just because of the play calling. I was so excited when A.J. Brown came over from Tennessee when we, did it during the draft and everything. I followed him at Ole Miss. But the thing is that you've seen the first 3 years he was with the Eagles, he had over 1,000 receiving yards. He is that guy. You just got to get the ball to him. So, yeah, I love Smitty, but he's still wide receiver 2. but you just got to get the guy the ball. And he's going to make plays happen. And I think he's still number one. He goes to any other team, I still think he's number one in a lot of the teams too. So
Can I add something to that too? And
yeah.
we can't forget why Smitty gets so many one-on-one coverages because of who he's playing next to. And I think other teams speak for that itself, and they're lining up against A.J. Brown. And I think they could do the talking for us. A lot of times AJ's double teamed and not Smitty.
Yeah.
And I think that opens up a lot of field for Smitty, which is awesome. But I think that answers our question.
Yeah, and I mean, that's where I was going to, is that until they switch the double coverage on the Smitty and you leave A.J. Brown one-on-one, A.J. Brown's still, wide receiver one. You got the corner, you got safety help for A.J. Brown. Maybe it will switch now, but he's still number one.
That kind of went how I thought it would go. I thought about this for quite some time, and I agree with everything you guys said. Coverages, who he is, what he has meant to the team since he got there. I agree with all that. But I also think, before I give my answer, I also think that something has changed. I don't know if he's lost a step or not. He's still young for a receiver. You could be a good receiver in your early 30s. Let's not talk about he's 36 or something like that. So I do think, even if he lost a half a step, he's still wide receiver run one on almost every team, if not every team in the league. I will say that. That being said, when I look at the way Smitty plays, even if it's one-on-one, the route tree just looks different to me for some reason. And even when AJ has one-on-one coverages, they're more times than not contested, which he's great at. You very rarely see Smitty getting contested. That motherfucker's got 3 yards on people when he comes out of breaks almost all the time. Are they scared of him? Absolutely. But is it something about what he's doing?
He's one of the best route runners in the game.
Absolutely.
Ever seen. So I'm still leaning that AJ is WR1, but it's really close. And at the end of the year, I think we'll find out if the Eagles think he's wide receiver one or not at the end of the year. I don't know. They're saying all the right things. And I hate this tabloid kind of shit because I think it's a lot overblown. Because he's under contract. He was never going to get traded. None of that shit made any sense to anybody who had half a brain cell. But he is somewhat frustrated. And wide receivers like the ball. And if he feels like he can get 150 targets from the Browns, so be it. You're not going to win, but so be it. But to answer your question, he's still wide receiver one to me. But the distance has closed in my eyes. Next up, we go to our email segment. So,
Before we do that,
okay.
can we address something real quick?
What are we addressing?
That we traded for somebody and now he wants to retire too.
Oh, shit. Before we get into our email segment, we got to get into one of the quickest.
Yeah, quick.
One of the quickest pickups, trades that we've had that I don't know if it's going to work out or not. So, Sammy C, the floor is yours.
Nah, Jair Alexander came out and said he's going to step away from football for mental and physical health, and he's not sure if he's going to retire or not. So,
which means we don't know anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But I just had to put it out there because I don't know. I mean, I didn't think the trade was going to work anyway because.
Oh, you didn't?
He's a little
You had
on the older
hopes.
side. I mean, I had hopes. Yeah, sure. I don't fucking want to go with Ringo and fucking Adoree Jackson. I mean, come on. We just watched Adoree Jackson against the Packers. He was on a route, or no, actually, he wasn't covering anybody. And
Pro
he got
Football
hurt.
Focus said Adoree Jackson was the number 15th ranked cornerback
Was he
this
weak? Okay, well,
Yeah.
good for him.
this week.
Wow.
Yeah. Pro Football Focus said that.
Okay.
I usually, agree with Pro Football Focus, but I watch the games too.
What your eyes tell you.
But yeah, so we'll see how that works out. We don't know, but we'll see how that works out.
Hope the best for him.
Hope
If it
the-
is mental
yeah.
health, hey, hope
Yeah,
he gets the
if-
help you need.
yeah.
And, hey,
If you want to play, we're here. If
Right.
not, hey man, you had a good career. It's not for everybody. Like I told y'all in the group chat, Cat probably went to practice. He was like, AJ Smitty, I got to guard these motherfuckers in practice. I don't know if football's for me anymore.
is that one of them deals like baseball? Like if you sign on the team and they win the championship, do you get a ring too? Is that how that works?
Doesn't work like that in football.
No.
Mm-mm. Nah,
Sorry, man.
you might get a sweater, but he ain't getting no ring.
Maybe a hat.
He might get a hat, get a ticket to the game or some shit. All right, so back to our email segment. I'll read the first one. And Sammy, read the second one. Joe, you read the third one. This is from Winston Walker 92. You may have talked about this before, but why do you guys take a shot before the podcast? And whose idea was it to start the podcast? I will answer one of them. This was not my idea. But I'm glad we fucking do it. As far as the shot is concerned, can you guys take the floor on that?
It was kind of, we just brought over the tradition from when we watch every Birds game. We start off the game with a shot. And depending on how we're feeling, every touchdown for the Birds is another shot. So we just thought, hey, let's carry it over to the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, did Nelson start that?
Nelson
started it. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out
'cause
to our unofficial fifth member.
Unofficial, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because we watched some Eagles games, and I mean, definitely last year with the Super Bowl and everything. I don't even want to begin that because,
Blasted by halftime.
yeah, we took a shot every single touchdown.
Every big play, something.
Yeah, it was random too. Like, well, I guess it wasn't random. I think Cooper DeJean, when he scored the touchdown with an interception, shot. Zach Bond interception, shot. Yeah, I was.
D-Rob, you had to be there. I know.
Man, we got to keep talking about
I
that.
know.
Jesus.
I know.
My God.
Yeah, there
I was right there on the couch.
But
I was on a
boy,
blanket like this. I was like, that was a great fucking interception.
we were all in rare form that night.
Yeah. Oh, y'all FaceTime me. I saw it.
I don't.
All I heard was,
I'm not even gonna lie.
I don't remember.
of course you don't. Because all I heard was, blah, 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 Cupboards, blah, 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 Cupboards.
Did I FaceTime you too?
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh, my
I think we
God.
were both kind of yapping like you just did.
Oh, it was all over the place. I was like, my boys is,
The FaceTime calls were going everywhere.
oh, my gosh.
I mean, listen, we did our shots for you too, man.
Yeah,
so,
I looked through y'all that night, and I'm,
yeah.
Hey,
So
man.
that's really where it all comes from.
I think we called you when we did our
Yeah,
pregame shot.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean the pregame the shot at the beginning of the podcast just goes back to our ways with the Birds.
That shit ain't never gonna stop unless Derek forgets. But
No, oh, no. This is,
nah,
It
I'm
was
fucking with you. Nah, it still happens even at the Eagles game. Like when we were watching the Eagles game,
yeah,
we still do it. We haven't done it every touchdown this year.
yeah.
But
Every touchdown's a lot, especially last year because they scored a lot.
yeah, they scored a lot.
Yeah.
Now, okay, not too bad.
Not too bad. Yeah.
But
we
yeah.
if we had took one last
But
week,
that-
we'd have been upset. Like, God damn.
But if that's what if us taking a lot of shots is if that's what it takes for the offense to get going, then pour them bitches up.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Sammy C, the next email. Now, before you read this is the first email that I have gotten from somebody that I know. And I said I would never want to read one of from somebody that I know. But he told me that it was going to be a really fucking good question. And this is the only reason why I want to read it. And I'll tell you how I know the guy after you to read the question. So go ahead.
So this email is from Bird Fleming. The Eagles have been the class of the NFC East for 25 years. They've won a lot and won Super Bowls. The Giants have been terrible, but also won 2 Super Bowls. My question is, would you rather go 11-6 for 15 years with no Super Bowls, or 6-11 for 15 years with 2 Super Bowls mixed in? Damn.
I think that's easy.
6-11. 6-11 for 15 years because I need them 2 Super Bowls.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Okay. J Valdi?
I agree. I mean, as long as we waited as Eagles fans, and give me the 2 Super Bowls.
A win is a win. Is a win. Yeah, I mean, you play the game to win the Super Bowl. I think that's enough said.
Okay. I disagree. I'll trust me, I want to win Super Bowls too. But can you imagine how shitty we would be if we went 10 years like that? You say that now because we won them.
Yeah.
But if you had to endure 6-11 for 10 years, bro, I can tell you one thing ain't happening. This ain't happening.
That just says for 15 years.
For 15 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I may have to retract them.
I mean, that's cool, but at least going in, you know you got a shot. At 6-11, you know you ain't got no shot. You ain't getting to the playoffs. You ain't doing shit. All you're doing is getting the number 9 pick every year in the draft.
Okay, but look at the Cowboys.
I was
It's
just
been
gonna say.
30 years. Imagine doing 30 years with no Super Bowl.
This don't say 30. I have a
No,
different. I'd
but you
probably have
add
a
both the
different
15
answer.
and the 15, that's 30.
I'd probably have a different answer if it said 30.
All right.
To me, it's just like 2 of my greatest memories, 2 of my greatest nights of my life was watching the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
I agree.
to me,
Between that
If-
and the parade, shit.
if you could promise me that 2 more times in the next 15 years, I might take it. And
And then you can.
then-
You're okay with
and then
3-14,
right? And then I'm good.
I just don't know how I can do it.
So you'd rather go 11-6 and then just lose? Like, that's not even saying we
And you
make it
know
to the
the outcome?
championships. Make it, yeah.
Yeah, I just know how. Oh my gosh! Like, just think about it like this.
That means you got
That's
Chip
also-
Kelly as your.
It's also tough, though, because up until recently, we've done that.
And I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Ah.
But just think about it like this: 17 weeks. You live in this area, right? What is it like around here when the Birds win?
It's great.
The week is amazing.
Right.
Everybody is up. Go Birds at Acme. Go Birds at ShopRite at
Right.
Wawa.
That shit just happened to me last week.
Right.
Everybody's up. Boy, 6-11.
Everybody be walking with their heads down.
This fucking team.
Yeah, it would go from, how about them Birds? And, man, you got to get rid of that fucking Nick Sirianni, boy. That's all you would hear.
You see a lot of head coaches around her.
You ain't kidding. A lot. So I'm on the fence. It was a great question. I'm on the fence, but man, I'm going to say it. I just don't think I could do it. I like when they win. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But that email, and shout out to my boy, his name is Rodney. I met Rodney at the Eagles-Carolina Panthers game
In Carolina.
in Carolina.
That's dope.
This guy is from Alabama. Him and his wife took a bus from Alabama, 4 buses, to see the Birds for the first time. Nelson's there with me playing on his iPad, trying to take pictures at the field on the iPad. So I'm talking to this dude, true story. I'm talking to this dude, and I'm like, you're from Alabama? You're from Mobile? Like, why are you here? You passed 3 other teams to get here. He's like, I loved Donovan McNabb when I was a kid. And he just was like everything I thought a quarterback should be. So I was an Eagles fan ever since then.
Number 5 will always love you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's a good story.
yeah,
crazy.
that's my guy. the first Jalen Hurts Super Bowl, I went to Marshall's or TJ Maxx or somewhere. I got a box, and I sent him an Eagles care package.
No shit.
Yeah. It's a great guy, and he sent me that.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, shout out to my boy. You know what I mean? But back to this. So it starts off by saying the Eagles have been the class of the NFC East for 25 years, right? You got a stat of the week?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Before your stat of the week, I'm going to tell you this stat. In the past 25 years, 70% of all playoff weekends have had the Birds in them. Yes. 70%
Wow.
since 2000 have had the Birds in them at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we did a lot of winning. Lots of winning. We had what?
17 years out of 25.
Man.
The Birds have been in the playoffs. That's 71.8%, to be honest. The Birds have had a chance to play for the Super Bowl. Only other team that has a better winning percentage than that in those years are
Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, I was going to say, 7 years, and yeah, just about.
17 years for us, 18 years for them. They only got us beat by 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah, I always said since we've been alive, since I've been alive, I was born in 98, that the Eagles have been the greatest team in the NFC since I've been alive.
Good segue. You just laid me up for this. 33% of all championship weekends since 2000s have had the Birds in them.
Wow.
So the class of the NFC East doesn't even give it justice. When I looked at it, I was like, got my calculator out. I was like, 30. That means they've either been in the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl 33% of the time in the past 25 years. That's amazing.
That is.
So,
A lot of heartbreak, but also a lot of happiness.
would you rather go 11-6 or 6-11?
Man.
So we'll end it there at that. But we are so blessed / especially y'all. Y'all
Absolutely. We're spoiled.
don't know nothing but winning.
We're spoiled.
Seriously, nothing but winning. It even goes up higher if you get to like 2005, something like 46% and 82%. It's insane.
That's insane.
They always have a chance to win. J.A., last email.
This one here is from Kathy Vernell. My apologies if I didn't say your last name correctly. I love your pod, guys. I listen to it on my way to work. My question is, my son is 10. I want to buy him his first Eagles jersey for Christmas, but don't want to buy someone that will be gone in a year. Any suggestions? Also, which player that left the Eagles when you were growing up hurt you the most? That's a great question. To me, here we go again. Devontae Smith.
Okay.
He's under contract for what? 3 or 4 more years.
3 or 4 more years.
And he's a great player. You're gonna wear it. Your son's gonna wear his jersey, and everybody's gonna know who he is. Most people should know who he is. To me, it's him or Jalen Hurts. Those are your 2 easiest options, your 2 best options. Which player left the Eagles that hurt me when I was growing up? I think I mentioned this last podcast. Weapon X. Brian Dawkins. As a kid, I can't tell you how many times I mocked his entrance from the tunnel. Crawling out the tunnel, just losing his mind. That was my favorite player as a kid, and seeing him go to Denver, as I didn't understand it. I asked my dad and he explained it, but as a kid, you still don't understand why somebody like that, you let go. But yeah,
Jay Valdi?
Yeah, I'd have to go with Jalen Hurts. And it's funny to say because I have tons of Eagles jersey. I do not have a Hurts one.
Wow.
But if I was going to get my kid or any kid, a young kid, his first jersey, I don't think there's a better player, better role model. You don't ever see Jalen Hurts in the media for anything bad. He's always 100% for the team, great leader, and he's the quarterback of the greatest Eagles team we ever saw. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with Jay Hurts. And for me, the player that hurt the most had to be Deshaun Jackson, man. I loved D-Jack when he was with the Eagles. I was young. He was just he was fun to watch. And like I said, I love Dawkins. Obviously, everybody loves Dawkins. But seeing Deshaun Jackson leave, man, that one hurt me. I loved him, and I loved playing with him on Madden. I was a young kid, and I would just every route would be a Hail Mary, just watch him go deep. And nobody was ever catching him. So for me, it was Deshaun Jackson.
Great one, Jay Valdi. Sammy C.
Like both of the other guys said, you can't go wrong with Jalen Hurts or Saquon. Saquon ain't leaving anytime soon that I see. You know, either one of those, they're both great role models, like Jay Valdi said for Jalen Hurts. But you know, you almost had a 2,000-yard rusher last year. Yeah, he's struggling this year, but he's still a team player. He gets everybody hype on the field, on the sidelines, everything like that. And I just, you know, Barkley's that man. But the guy that hurt the most for me when growing up was definitely D-Jax. As a kid, I was short but quick as shit. Always, you know, backyard football, whatever. I always thought I was D-Jax. Always watching him. That was my first jersey, was D-Jax. And then he went to the Commanders, or Redskins, you want to say. I was like, damn, in the own division too? I was mad. Then when I heard that we were getting him back, I was like, all right, this is pretty fucking cool. Get him back.
Dust off that jersey.
Yeah, I had to dust him off. I don't think it fit me at that point, so it went to my sister. So, you know. But yeah, definitely D-Jax.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go off the board a little bit for the Christmas jersey thing because I've always been a different kind of cat. I don't wear a lot of jerseys anyway, but I've always been a different kind of cat. I remember clearly when my son was younger, he wanted a different jersey than everybody else. He wanted a Chad Johnson jersey. And I was like, all right. It was rare. Wasn't like everybody else around here had it. It was like, I want a Chad Johnson jersey. I love Chad Johnson. It's like, okay. I said, why don't you get TJ Houshmandzadeh? And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, get TJ Houshmandzadeh. Nobody's going to have that. It's like, yeah, I guess. Walks into Wallace Middle School with TJ Houshmandzadeh. Oh, my God. But as far as the Eagles are concerned, I'd probably get Lane Johnson for the kid. Honestly. Going to the hall, you know he's going to the hall. He stands for something, just like Jalen Hurts does. Not the sexy pick. Nobody's wearing offensive linemen around too much. But if I was to get a kid a jersey, I'd probably do that. But that's just me. But you can't go wrong with any of the ones you guys said. As far as the player that left, full disclosure, I'm a man of a certain age. So, for me,
Concrete Charlie. No, I'm fucking.
Randall.
I'm fucking with you, my bad.
Randall.
That was funny though. I like that. Used to go both ways, linebacker, center. The podcast is named after him. It's Reggie White. When I was a kid, I can't even explain to you how much I loved these guys. And when he left, I still somewhere have the Sporting News magazine with Reggie White on the cover, and it says all these jerseys on it, and it's like, where will Reggie go? I was crushed. It's like, that means he ain't coming back here? Nah. Fast forward 3 years later, I see him running down that field, holding up that fucking trophy with Brett Favre. just crushed me, man. I was already an adult at that point. I was like, God damn. Reggie, gone. That was my guy. So that's what hurt me the most. I was in high school when that shit happened. I was like, yeah, Reggie was that dude, and that's part of the reason why Potter's named after him.
Was Reggie White a free agent? That's why he didn't come back to the Birds, or he get traded to the Packers?
Yes, he was a free agent.
Oh, okay.
And the owner at the time offered him an incentive-laden deal for the guy who led the league in sacks and tackles for 4 years in a row. And he said, no, I'm willing to take less. But he was being paid like the 21st defensive lineman in the league. There's tons of stories out there about this. The guy was an alcoholic that owned the team at the time, which is one of the reasons why Jeffrey Lurie bought the team. But yeah, and he left. There's a play of Reggie playing, and I try to explain this to people when they talk about Aaron Donald and how great Aaron Donald is or was when he was playing. There's a play against the Redskins, and Redskins had at the time what they called the Hogs. They were like the best offensive line in football. And there's a play where Reggie's lined up over the tackle, being chipped by the tight end. He's rushing Mark Rippon. He does his hump move, knocks the tackle off, which knocks the tight end over. He knocks them down with two guys with one move. The running back rushes to chip him. He gets hit by 3 people on the same play and sack the quarterback. That's who the fuck Reggie was. There's a reason why he's so revered. Like, he was an amazing, amazing football player. And that was my guy. So shout out to you, Reggie. So, great job, guys. Love this shit. But before we go, J.A., give us your stat of the week.
The newcomer, Jalen Phillips, had probably the biggest play of the game and several other great plays. His stat line, 8 pressures, 7 hurries, 6 tackles, 2 QB hits, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery to go along with stuffing Josh Jacobs on 4th and 1 to seal the game. It don't get no better than that.
That is kind of crazy. Happiest man in Philadelphia right now, Mr. Jalen Phillips. That's for sure.
Keep it going.
Yeah, man. Can we talk about that play real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I figured you guys might want to talk about that play real quick. So, obviously, we all saw what happened in the aftermath of it. Who called the play out?
Moro Ojomo, Mr. 7th round pick.
Yeah,
Might have been your guy in the beginning of the year, wasn't it?
that's why you're on the pod, J Baldi. But yeah, great play by that young man. I don't know if we. I don't know how I'm going to say this. So I don't remember at this point of the season what Milton Williams was doing. I saw him play last week with the Patriots. He still looks pretty good. Think we good with Ojomo and letting Milton Williams go? Quick answers.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same here. Cheaper price and looks just as good if you ask me. Great job, guys. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back. And we're back. So, this week, Lions week. Lions had a lot to say about the Birds after they lost to the Commanders. They said it should have been them. They felt like we would have played the Birds. We would have beat them. Long list of teams that have the Eagles as their get back for this season. The Lions are no different. So, fellas, we'll go around the table. Who are the Lions? Sammy, we're going to start with you. I haven't started with you in a minute.
Lions are a good team, man. They just got all offensive power. Their defense, pretty good too, but their offense is helping them win a lot of the games this year. And I mean, we seen last week. I mean, yes, they faced the Commanders, but they still put up 40-something points. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, 3 touchdowns. Amon St. Brown, doing his thing. Jameson Williams doing his thing. So, not a team to mess around with because they are a very good team. They got a good record, just like the Birds do. And we were talking last week, with the Packers and the Lions back-to-back weeks. And I did take the Packers, which game was going to be more important. I think we talked about that.
We did talk about that.
I took the Packers. But, and I'm sticking with that. Even though watching the Lions last week, I was like, damn, this team is pretty good. And it's going to be a tough game for the Eagles. But they're just a very good coached team.
Jay Valdi?
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, you watch them play. It's probably the most relative team offensive-wise that I can compare it to the Eagles. I mean, they have weapons all over the field just as we do. Their offensive line is great offensive line. They have receivers, Jameson Williams, St. Brown. I mean, 2 great receivers. And then their backs in the backfield, obviously Gibbs and Montgomery, great. But I'm not sold on Jared Goff. And you can't sell me on Jared Goff right now. Until he proves that he can win that big game and do it himself, I don't think we should have trouble. But Lions are a good team, like you said, and we'll see.
J.A., who are the Lions?
They're 6-3. They're an okay team. High-powered offense. But they don't scare me. They've lost to the Chiefs, the Packers, and
Minnesota.
Yeah. We saw what we did to Minnesota's defense. Granted, that's a divisional game for them against Minnesota. So those games are always tough. But we just held the Packers to damn next to nothing. And granted, their offenses are 2 different beings. But they're coming to our home, and like Jay Valdi said, Jared Goff hasn't proven anything to me. I've always been, even coming out of the draft, I've always been a guy who wasn't sold on Jared Goff. I picked up on a couple things that defenses do that Jared Goff has a tough time adjusting to, and it's late movement before the snap. And
absolutely right.
Vic Fangio, if he's the defensive coordinator that we know that he is, we're going to see that. And I think Jared Goff's going to end up putting the ball in harm's way.
So the question is,
sorry.
Go ahead. They also, I think they lead the league in playing man defense. And this year, Jalen Hurts has absolutely torched man defense. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. They don't roll out of coverage to their corners. The way their defense is constructed, they play what's called up the middle. That's the part of the field they want to take away. So you can throw on them. As far as who are the Lions, I think they are a formidable opponent. I think that, they're one of those teams that in the right situation, they can quite honestly blow you out. But in the right situation for you, I think that if you take away one of their weapons in the run game, I think they become one-dimensional. So that's how they got beat the times they got beat. If you look at the numbers of their running backs when they got beat, they were putrid. That's how you have to beat them. Not everybody has the recipe to do that, I think the Birds have the recipe to do that. So that's why I think the Lions are a very good team that has a lot of weapons. And I'll also reiterate what you guys said, and I've said this before, not a huge fan of Jared Goff either. But we'll see on Sunday, which leads us to the next question. How do you beat the Lions? JV, I'm going to start with you first. How do you beat the Lions?
Well, I think you kind of stated one right there. I mean, you slow down them running backs. You make Jared Goff beat you, which I think will be very hard to do coming into Sunday night at the Link. Place can be rowdy. And secondly, offense side of the ball. This game reminds me a lot of, I think it was 2 years ago when the Bills came in. And it was a high-scoring game, went to overtime. And we pulled out the win. But you can't rely on your defense. To me, you'd be asking a lot to rely on your defense to hold this team under 17 points. I think you hold them under 17, you should win hands down. But you got to score points. You got to come out. Let me see throw a 30 piece, 34, 35. Give me points. If you want to show you're the team to beat, because you look all around the media, not that I care what they say, because who cares, but all of them are putting us, they're not talking, I mean, they're saying the Rams, Seattle, all these guys are ahead because of our offense. That's the only thing that's everybody's talking about is the offense. So I think if the offense comes out, get my boy AJ involved. If you guys man coverage, they should eat all day long along that. And like you said, slow down the run game. Make Jared Goff beat you. If you make Jared Goff beat you and then he beats you at the end of the day, okay, you got me. But let me see it. Stop the run and make Jared Goff have to throw it Sunday night at the Link.
Sammy C?
Man, Jay Vowdy, he nailed that shit on the head. Pause. But shit, come out with a way better offense than what we had against the Packers. Our defense, it's going to be tough for them because of how many weapons that the Lions have. But the good thing is that I know our defense is very strong when it comes to that. We just stopped the Packers. We can slow down the Lions offense, I should say. But the way that we're going to win that game, it's from our offense. We got to get the guys involved that we need to get involved. And we got to go out there and show them and the rest of the league on why we are the Super Bowl champs or, reigning Super Bowl champs.
Jay?
Not leaving our defense out there to dry. Like, you gotta, time of possession, I think, in this game is going to be huge, especially between both offenses who are high powered. And I think you're going to see both teams trying to push the ball downfield. You got to go out there and you got to execute on offense. You got to go out there and put some drives together, put some points on the board. Let your defense stay rested because the Lions have some quick guys on their offense. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs. It can be a lot to handle if they get going.
They play a lot different on grass, though.
So, very true. But, offense, give your defense a break. And if the offense is out there and we're controlling the time of possession, should be an easy win.
Yeah, I agree with everything everybody said already. I won't regurgitate too much of it, but I will say this, that I do think that the recipe for beating them, and I'm always a big what does this mean in January guy, because odds are you're going to face either the team you faced last week or this week. You're going to face them in the playoffs. So what does that exactly mean? That means I'm a big statement guy. Like, come out, make a statement. Offensively, I'm not saying I need to see some world beater type third grader on Madden throwing up 40 points type shit. I wouldn't be mad at that, but I'm not saying I need to see that. But I need to see off balance. I need to see an offense that is not solely predictable. Rundowns, cool. Mix up some throws in them rundowns. Vice versa. whatever the case may be, keep them all balanced. That's how you win football games anyway. So for me, that's what I want to see, and I think that's the way they win the game is by keeping them off balance. We talk about how they win. How could they lose? Sammy C, I'll start with you.
How can they lose? Coming out the same way they did. Well, really, the way that the offense played last week. That's how we lose.
That's how you lose. Okay. J. Valdi, how did they lose?
They can lose this game by, like you said, not stopping the run. I don't see that happening, but you got to get pressure on Goff too. Get the pressure on him because he will throw interceptions. He will throw picks. Have pressure in his face all night. And if you don't, he could pick you apart. Like I said, they have the speed. They have the route runners. They do a lot of pre-snap movement. And like I said, you got to get the pressure on him. And if they don't, he could pick you apart. Little dink and dunks. And like I said, they have the speed and they have the offensive line to get downfield and move the ball. So, like I said, an offense needs to sustain some drives. Like Joey said, you can't leave your defense out there that long. And I think AJ even said that this week. He said, our defense is out there killing it, and we're going out 3-0, and they're back on the field. Get some drives together, get some points on the board, and you should have no problem.
Long drives, keep Jared Goff in check.
That's it.
Jay?
You lose this game by not stopping the run game. It's as simple as that. They got a two-headed monster with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. If you let them get rolling, that means their entire offense is going to get rolling. And if it turns into a shootout, you got to be able to stop them. It's that simple. And if you let them get rolling, it ain't going to be pretty.
So let me ask you guys a question. We all mentioned the run game. And we all saw what happened last week. Josh Jacobs is a different kind of running back. This is a two-headed monster that plays differently. They feed off of that. You let Jahai Campbell get more snaps in this game? Now, I love Nakobe Dean. I love what he brings to the team. We've talked for weeks about who we thought. Even before we even started the weekly pods, we talked about the rah-rah guy, the guy in the locker room, and we didn't know who it was. It turns out it was Nakobe Dean. So, do you let Jahai Campbell get more snaps? Quick answers. What do you think?
Yeah.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
Jay?
I don't.
No?
I like Nakobe's been playing his ass off, man. I mean, you got to keep him in there, and he's stuffing the run. I love John too, but Kobe's a dog.
Jay?
Nah, unless it's coming off to the end. No, I would keep how things are going.
That's going to be my next question.
What?
Linebacker or defensive end, Campbell? Like, where are you putting him in? You want to see more of? Because that's what you said. You want to see, if you want to see more of Campbell, where do you want to see him?
That was a trick question.
Yeah. Defensive end?
That's
yes.
where I was at. Yeah.
Linebacker? No.
Because that's what you
Simple as
want.
that.
You want a guy who loves to come downhill. Pause. But yeah, in terms of stopping the run, I think Jahad Campbell can play a huge part in that.
Yeah, and the reason why I brought that up was because he's the quickest edge guy. He's even quicker than Jalen Phillips, and obviously we love Jalen Phillips. But he's the quickest edge guy. How many games have you watched Jahmyr Gibbs come around that corner and be fucking out?
Gone.
So
He just did it last week against Commanders for what,
Yeah.
83 yards?
Mm.
I have no
Their
problem.
defense is ancient.
Just killed us in fantasy.
Yeah, they are. They are pretty
Yeah.
bad. I have no problem with Nakobe being on the field, but we got to see more of Jahad Campbell on the field because, again, David Montgomery's doing that run up the middle type shit. Yeah, that's Nakobe Dean all day. But he ain't catching. Nobody's catching Jahmyr Gibbs. But the only person that's got a shot on the defense outside of the corners and the safeties is Jahad Campbell. So I want to see him on the field a little bit more. Next question. We talked about how the team could win or lose the game. We always ask, Who needs to step up for them to win this game? Jay Valdi, I'm going to start with you first. Who's the guy you need to step up, win the game? You give me a stat line for that said player.
Well, I'm talking about him a lot. Might as well go AJ, right? I think it's got to be this week. I mean, it has to be. It has to be. I mean, everything he's doing, all the talking in the media. You guys saying he need to play a lot of man coverage. But can he control it? I don't know. I don't know if he can control how many targets he gets. But Jalen, if
The
you're
answer is
listening,
no, he can't control it.
If you're listening, Jalen, throw him the ball, man. Throw him the ball. Like I said, there's no reason he shouldn't get 10 targets a game.
Let me call him real quick.
Call him up real quick. Like I said, 10 targets, 8 to 10 targets a game. Get him going, man. I mean, there'll be nothing better to see than AJ just go off for a little quick 130 yards and 10 receptions, a touchdown. I just saw on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it was I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. They had the stat up where AJ was on that streak where he had 5 games in a row over 125 yards.
Damn.
I don't know if it was like I can't remember. It might have been last year. But there was 5 games in a row. He was over 125 yards a game.
Mm-hmm.
5 in a row.
It was last year.
It was last year, right? Get him back to that, AJ.
He's so far from that right now.
Oh, it's crazy to me. It's
You
crazy.
get 30 yards a game.
Why?
Yeah.
Got John Dotson looking at him like, bro, what's up, man?
Exactly.
It was like, man, we right here. We both wide receiver 1. Okay. AJ, what's the stat line you got for him?
10 for 135 and a touchdown.
Bro, if he does that shit, I'm losing my shit.
I know a bet I'm putting in on Sunday morning. Jay,
Jay Valdi.
Jay Valdi. I'm gonna call FanDuel. Can I get the Jay Valdi special,
That's
please?
it.
Nigga be like, sure. Jay, who you got?
It's a day for the wide receivers. I got Smitty.
Oh, okay.
Not surprised.
A team that loves to play man defense with a route runner like Smitty. He can put you in hell. So I think Smitty's going to have himself another big game. We'll go 8 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
Tutty. Like it. Sammy C.
Jalen Hurts. To me, it seemed like he was seeing ghosts last week
I think
with
I might have
that
mentioned
Packers
that, yeah.
defense. Yeah, you did mention that. So, I mean, it was true. Some of the throws that he just weren't on target. I mean, the one that Devontae Smith obviously was. It was a great throw. But other than that, he really didn't impress me. He had, for example, he hit Dallas Goedert over the middle. They come back the next play to, what was it, Calcaterra? Completely missed him over his head. Like, he just wasn't on his game. And I think he turns around this week. I'm going to say 225 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, throwing, 1 running.
Okay. I like that. These guys got him for 200 yards. Somebody got thrown the ball. So why not Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
I don't have a player. I have a unit, and that's the defensive line. I think if Campbell, Phillips, and Nolan Smith, Jelix Hunt have a combined 3 sacks. Nah. They have a combined 4 sacks on the line. Then you're playing right into Vic Fangio's hands with Jared Goff, because I've watched Jared Goff an awful lot, probably too much. Again, my nephew played with him for 2 years. I had to literally watch a whole bunch of Ram games. I had never seen a guy, even to this day, be more scared in the pocket than Jared Goff is when he starts to get hit. He gets so frazzled and it's so apparent. Like some guys hide it. Tom Brady was like that too, but he hit it well. He hated being hit. He just was, really good at hiding it. But he doesn't. Jared Goff does not hide it. So that's why I got the D-line 3.5 to 4 sacks. That's who needs to have a big day in order for him to win.
Yeah, and we'll see. We'll see how good. I mean, I really think Jalen Phillips is really good, but he's going against a very good Penei Sewell tackle.
Best in the business, if you ask me.
Best in the business. I mean, and we'll see. It's a great test for him, but
Yeah.
I think he's got it.
Real quick, I got your bet for this week. Plus 1,825 for AJ Brown.
I lock it in.
Anytime touchdown scorer, 125 plus receiving yards, and 8 plus receptions because it wouldn't let me do 10.
Damn.
So
What is it
Actually,
again?
I actually
Say it
like
again?
a lot.
plus 1,825.
Yeah.
His 8 receptions is plus 750 just by itself. So
Oh, yeah. I might have to take that.
I'm taking it.
Jay Valdy special. Yeah, I might have to take that. Even if I put 10 or 20 on that, I might have to take that.
All right.
Yeah. Good shit. Screenshot that.
20 should win you what? 360?
What for the
365.
yeah 360? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hundo piece get you 1,800.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I ain't doing no on it.
It does.
But I'll
What-
send it to you.
What will Jahad Dotson for 7 receptions and 135 yards get you?
He's not even on the list for receptions,
A-
so
a
that's
house?
not happening.
Whatever you want.
Right.
A Bentley? What'll it get you?
It'll get you that island that money's at somewhere.
For 8 receptions, AJ Brown has the highest for
Yeah.
8 receptions,
Receptions.
plus 750. They got a Monse Brown for 13 plus receptions at plus 880.
He does catch a lot.
He-
bro.
He does.
Sometimes they're for 2 to 3 yards, but he catches a lot. Yeah. I wouldn't know if I'd take that one, but
Since week 5, he had 8, 9, 6, 9, and then 5 last week.
yeah, he does. He
It's crazy.
catches a lot of balls, man. That's for sure.
Stephon Diggs had 10 catches last night. Come on,
Oh.
man.
Yeah.
AJ
He-
can't do that. Come on, man.
I'm telling you,
Great
the
on
Jay
my
Valdy.
Looked great on my fantasy team,
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs
yeah.
last
Us
night.
too. Us too.
Oh, you talking in existence, Jay Valdy.
That's
Jay
it.
Valdy
Sure.
special.
Come on, bro. This could be the week. We
That's
had
it.
Diggs last night. We do have a Monse Brown
Yeah. That's why it's going to be a shootout, though.
and AJ Brown. So,
Yeah.
Only 2 count, though, so we'll take AJ.
Putting
yeah,
that,
we'll take AJ.
putting that in tomorrow morning. I'm screenshot it, putting in the group chat, and do the same thing.
All right.
Copy.
Copy. All right. Talked about who needs to have a big game. Talked about what we thought was going to happen. Now it comes down to what we think the score of the game is going to be and who's going to win. So I'll start this one first because every time I pick, Joey always looks at me and be like, damn, that was what I was going to pick.
Let's see. I already got my score. Let's see.
You got your score already?
I got mine too. Somebody's
Let's
going
see.
to get it, though.
Well, obviously, from the 10 receptions he got and the 9 he got, so there's some points going to be scored in this game. So I'm going. It's going to be 35, 28 birds. That's what I got.
And that's a wrap. No.
Close. Close.
Jay Valdy, what you got?
I'm pretty close to you. I had 38-21 Birds.
Oh,
Statement game.
damn.
Statement game.
I like that.
We're going to remind everybody, like you said, who runs this shit still. And it's them. It
This-
still is them.
I don't know if you listened to the last pod, Jay Valdy, but we have a lock of the week or the year. You can get 2 locks. Is this your lock of the year? You're not on here very often, every few weeks. So
Yeah, put it in.
this is
Lock-
Jay Valdy's lock of
lock
the year.
That's it.
Holy shit. Okay.
He got 2 locks this week.
That's
With AJ Brown
good.
and now this.
Locked up. They won't let
That's
me
it.
I'm trying to
out.
tell you, if you lock both these up right after Thanksgiving, we going to Vegas. I'm telling you. Jay, what you got, baby?
31-21 Birds.
Okay, like that. Not mad at that.
So I just have another touchdown person.
That's
We're
it.
on the same page.
Yeah,
You were close.
good shit. Sammy C.
Yeah, we gotta do mine. You stole it. We
Same
good.
one?
Yeah,
35-28?
35-28
Three
birds.
minds think alike, boy. I'm mad at that. Yeah, I mean, obviously.
I mean, any of the scores, I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it. No. Yeah.
I just want to see it happen.
I mean, as
man.
long as we're on.
I would love to see 31-21, but we win that motherfucker 10-3. I ain't gonna fuck.
We're going back on this bitch next week. Man, fucking Cam Tulo, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Fucking AJ Brown.
I might have a damn heart attack, but
This shit ain't going to last in the playoffs.
a
Oh,
win
Lord.
is a win is a win. God damn it.
If we have 10 points again, you might see me and Sammy on the field tackling them. You ain't got to worry about that.
Oh, Jay Valdi, if I see you around the field.
That's a long way to the field, too.
That is a long way.
We'll make it happen.
It may take us 30 minutes to get down there, but we'll get there.
Them damn steps, boy.
It'll be worth it at that point.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, rest in peace, my uncle. But I will tell you this real quick.
It's never.
Yeah.
Every time somebody run the field, the first thing he would say is he black? No, they're never black.
They aren't.
Never.
Never.
But yeah, I take any of those scores, obviously, and hope for a Birds win. You know, again, this is part of the season gauntlet that they have. After that's the Bears, and then
Nah, Cowboys.
Cowboys, then Bears.
Yeah.
Okay,
My brother's going to the game
Okay,
in Dallas.
is it really?
Yeah, he's not even an Eagles fan.
I was about to say,
He's a
isn't he
Seahawks fan. Yeah. I know.
Wow.
Okay.
His girlfriend's a Dallas fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. We tell her that all the time. So
Oh. Wow. How long has she had that disease?
I don't know. It's a great question.
It's a doozy.
I'll get back to you on that.
Really?
Yeah.
What's her name? Let's shout her out. What's her name?
Katie.
Katie.
Yeah.
Katie.
Do better.
You know what?
Rocco do better.
Rocco.
Yeah, Rocco.
Whoa. Katie, the views of Jay Valky do not represent the views of the Reggie and Jerome podcast. No, but seriously, Katie, you can't pick who you love, and but you can't pick your football team. You're right, do better, but you know what? Rocco's my guy, so if he likes you, we like you. That's all that matters. Fellas, this was great. Before you wrap it up, I mentioned off air that we had something I wanted to talk about before we get out there, which is we get a ton of emails and we read them every week. So a friend of mine mentioned that we should do something with these emails that we get. So we are workshopping an idea that we will talk about after the podcast, because we kind of just like thought about it, about the person over the next 4 weeks that gives us the best email. So if you've emailed us prior to this, you ain't getting shit. But the people that email us over the next 4 weeks, the best read email, and there's a way we can do like a poll, or we'll just pick it ourselves. We'll send you some Reggie and Jerome swag. You will have to take a picture of yourself with your phone or laptop or whatever listening to us. So that's part of it. But yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll keep reading them as long as you keep writing. Fellas, great pod. Jay Valdi, as always.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, my guy.
Thank you guys. It's always a great time getting around
Listen,
the table, chopping it up.
I'll miss y'all this week. I ain't gonna be watching the game with y'all. I'll be at the game with Jay Valdi. So if y'all see me out there, I'll start handing Reggie and Jerome fucking
That's a great idea.
stickers out.
There you go. That's a great idea.
Get it out.
Oh, there's a couple out there already walking into the link, if they haven't taken them down. But
Yeah.
I put a couple out there.
That's why we got Jay Valdi. on
Yeah,
here.
man.
I mean,
Doing the dirty work.
yeah, as you see, I mean, I thought we were all going to be here. Got my screen up.
Oh,
You know what I mean? You guys are going. You know what I mean?
Even Nelson's going.
Yeah, I'm just going to be here. Actually, I'm just kidding. The screen up is because of my daughter and 20 college juniors and seniors will be in my basement watching Wicked on Sunday night. I will be in my room
God bless.
watching Wicked. So
Jeez.
that's what the screen is for.
Why don't you watch the game with Joey, man?
Where you gonna be at, Joey?
He don't know yet.
Oh no!
Damn.
I just found out you guys are going to the game.
Yeah, I know. We might have to go to a dive bar and just drink ourselves under the table or some shit.
Go watch a
Listen.
volleyball game, maybe.
If it's 10-7, I will be.
I'll drink myself under the table right now.
Southern Illinois, remember that. They're pretty good
That's
volleyball
it.
team. Thanks, guys, as always. Appreciate it. Love the feedback from everybody that listens. And, can't wait for the next one. This will be out tomorrow morning. And before we go, good luck to the Birds on Sunday night. Guys, have a great time at the game. Me and Joey will figure something out. And as we get out of here, as we always do,
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
go Birds.
Go Birds, dickhead.
We out.